Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Lewis Basketball Network. It is your boy Lewis, and I am back once again with another banger with yet another video. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell to keep receiving the latest content that truly provide. Appreciate you guys as always, man. And make sure at the end of each video, man, make sure to like and share this video. Only help the channel grow. Truly appreciate it. We got a lot to get into, guys. So starting off, I wanted to start off with that young phenom in Phoenix by the name of Devin Booker. So last night, Devin Booker scored 59 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, 59 points. But his team lost to the Utah Jazz, 125-92. And this is Phoenix's sixth loss in the last 7 games. Now, even though they lost, Devin Booker broke a lot of milestones with his 59-point game. Check this out. This is his second 50-point game of the season. He had 55 against the Wizards in December. But the records that he broke with the milestones of that 59-point game is this. He is only the third player. No, he is the only player in NBA history to have at least a 50-point game in a loss of 30 points or more. He is the second player in NBA history to have a 50-point game in where none of his teammates reached double figures. He is the fifth player in NBA history to lose basketball games. In his first two 50-point games have resulted in losses, joining only these men: Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Redd, Bob McAdoo, and LeBron James. He is the sixth player in NBA history to have multiple games of 59 points or more, joining Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Elgin Baylor, Will Chamberlain, and who was the fifth person? I don't remember who the fifth person was, but I know he's the sixth player. Oh, and James Harden. Sorry. So he joins those other 5 men to have multiple 60-point games, to have multiple 59-point games. He is also, what's really crazy about his also is that he scored, get this, ladies and gentlemen, he scored 64% of the team's points. They only scored 92 points. And it's the most in the last 25 seasons since Kobe Bryant scored 66% of his team points in, you guessed it, Kobe Bryant's 81-point game back in 2006. So he had to carry the scoring load because he was without 4 players. You're missing T.J. Warren, who had 18 points per game. You're missing Kelly Oubre, 15.2 points per game. You're missing Josh Jackson, 11 points per game, and you're missing Tyler Johnson at 10 points. So you're missing 4 guys in double figures, not in the lineup. And so they were very short-handed, and he had to really pick up the offensive load. Shout out to Devin Booker, man. I feel like if they build rightfully around him, it just lets you know how they have some talent on this team, but they have a lot. They need to grow. They need to obviously improve. They have a long way to go. But I really hope that Devin Booker gets the help that he needs so that he can start getting recognized, man. He's having a very good, quiet season, but he doesn't get recognized. 1, because he plays out west for the Phoenix Suns in a small market, and 2, his team loses. So they're having a losing season yet again, and so that's why he doesn't get the recognition that he, truly deserves, because Devin Booker is a really good player. I mean, he's played like an all-star the last 2 seasons. But as the old saying goes, we record winning when it comes to making all-star teams. But there's some players who have made it even when the teams have had a losing season because they recognize that you're playing at an all-star level. But now it's like, is your all-star level value into your team's success? So it's like standards have really changed in terms of like what is an MVP and what is an all-star. But, shout out to Devin Booker and shout out to Phoenix Suns fans. I hope one day that this team, becomes a lot better. Devin Booker, don't sleep on this cat, man. This cat is a hell of a player. He was 19 of 34 from the field and shot 16 of 17 from the free throw line. So big ups to him. In other news, this is some very, very sad news, but last night the Nets and the Blazers played double overtime. The Blazers got a very good win. They won 148-144. D'Angelo Russell, man, once again balling, man, 39 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. But the win comes bittersweet because Seth Curry, brother of Steph Curry, he had 20 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 7 from three-point range, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. But Yusuf Nurkic suffered a very gruesome, scary injury, and I saw the injury happen, and it was just awful. First of all, my prayers go to Yusuf Nurkic, man. I hope you make a speedy recovery, man. So what I found out from guys is that he has a compound fracture in his left leg, and he is out for the season. What's so crazy is that it's so obvious that an injury like that, people don't recover very quickly from. So it's like whether you get it in the beginning of the season or preseason, like you have to understand those injuries take anywhere from 9 to 12 months for full recovery. So you're talking about once you heal from the injury, like then you have to do rehab. So, and it takes time, and the process is grueling and it's long. So it's like I can't go through, I can't feel what an NBA player is going through. Like I've had injuries playing basketball, but nothing at the level of a broken, of a fractured leg. I mean, I think the Blazers were up 134, 132, and he went for the rebound off a Mo Harkless miss, and then his leg just went in the wrong direction and just snapped. And it's pretty scary with a lot of these injuries, man. Like Gordon Hayward and Paul George and Victor Oladipo just recently with his injury. You remember Cousins with his Achilles tear. Like in this time period, I don't know, man. But it's like even with the technology, man, it's just really scary the amount of injuries that we've had this year. And it's like it bothers a lot because the Blazers, to me, they low-key got deeper and they low-key look like a much better team. And now without their best center on the team, it's going to really hurt. So now it's next man up. Seth Curry's going to get more minutes. And remember, CJ McCollum is also out with a knee injury. Fortunately for the Blazers, he's just going to be out for 5 more games because his knee injury was pretty scary too. So it's just like, I don't know what's going on with the Blazers, man. It's just like, I feel so bad for that team. I mean, you remember the Sam Bowie issue with being drafted before Mike. You remember Greg Oden being drafted before Kevin Durant. If people remember how great of a player Brandon Roy was going to be, because that dude was a baller. He had that superstar. He had that dog in him. But he was playing with a knee condition from the moment he was a child, and it derailed his career. Then McCollum gets injured, and then now this with Nurkic, man. My prayers go out to you, man. I hope you have a full and speedy recovery and come back even stronger, because you will be back stronger, my brother. So shout out to you and shout out to Blazers fans. I remember Damian Lillard said it in the postgame, man. He said, that injury just ruined my night. It's like when you see that, it's like you see a shock. What's so crazy about these injuries was they were rare at one point. I still remember the first broken leg that I saw, the fibula, was from Kevin Ware, the college player from Louisville. I mean, I still remember that injury vividly when I was at a restaurant watching him get injured like that. And it was so rare at the time because I had never seen somebody actually break their leg like that, snap. And then, people forget also, man. It's like you see Paul George in the, FIBA in the summer games. He getting hurt trying to chase down a James Harden layup. You see Oladipo with his injury. I mean, Gordon Hayward with the dislocated ankle in the first game of the season. And, let's not forget Karis LeVert this year, man. He dislocated his ankle too. And so, these injuries have been just really crazy, man. Like, it's just... I get scared and I get nauseous, and it's just like you just can't look. I mean, you just want to see how the injury happened, but it's like once you do, it's like most of the time, you just don't want to see that again. So, man, I know that the process that he's gonna go through, man, and it was like the leg was snapped, and it looked so bad that Nurkic, he was screaming in pain, but he was just in a state of shock that he couldn't even look at the injury, man. And it's like I just can't imagine what he's going through, man. And it's like now the Blazers have another obstacle because now they have to play without him, obviously. And it's, once again, like I said, next man up. But it's just unfortunate, man. Like these injuries are just wild, crazy, bro. It's nuts. I feel so bad for him. But hopefully, man, like I said, he can recover. So shout out goes to you, man. And, in other news, man, and I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Usually I don't talk about this because, we talk about basketball, and I've talked a little bit about baseball too. So, like, I will be doing future baseball videos as well because the season is just about to start. Go Yankees. But in other news, man, Mr. Conor McGregor, yes, I love MMA, decided to tweet out that he was announcing his retirement. So here are my thoughts on his retirement. To me, it could be a multitude of things. To me, this is just a publicity stunt, and it tells me that he's just taking time off and that he will be back in the ring shortly. I feel like he'll be back in the UFC pay-per-view in July. That's just me. Ever since he lost to Khabib, and I saw that fight firsthand, Khabib exposed the hell out of him in that fight. And it was because also Conor had not fought. He had not been in a fight in 2 years. But he was talking all that smack, and Khabib, thoroughly exposed him, man. Especially when he got him in the ground game. It was over. Once he got him in the ground, Conor was no match for him. And it's like ever since then, it's like, Conor's got in trouble before, but it's like now he just can't stay out of the headlines. And it's like he's constantly getting in trouble. So I'm just like, it's like I feel like that loss has really psychologically affected him mentally. And, now it's to the point where he's just now getting into retirement. I mean, he's been getting arrested lately. So it's pretty crazy. And it's like the notorious one. It's funny because I'm a huge fan of Conor McGregor. But now people are starting to say that he's having that kind of Ronda Rousey career where it's like, are you going to take that route? Because remember those comments that he said about the WWE and about certain superstars and like, how it's fake. And now it's like I feel like that loss to Khabib has really given him a reality check. But like I said, I think Conor will be back in the ring. I feel like this is a whole publicity stunt in terms of forcing his retirement. He'll be back. Like, it won't be long, trust me. It's like one of those things, and especially Conor's young, so it's like I don't think he's going to stay far away from the ring too long. He'll be back, trust me. He'll be promoting. But, and then Lonzo Ball and the Ball brothers are cutting ties, most likely with the Big Baller brand after the situation where one of their workers who works for the Big Baller brand, one of the friends that LeVar Ball trusted, ended up stealing Lonzo's money. And it was on the news, and what's so crazy to me about this situation is that he had a criminal history. So it's like, why would you hire somebody who had a criminal history, man? And it's like he was caught for money laundering. Like, yeah, I don't know about that. And it's like even when he said about like doing the business in terms of leave it up to, he was saying that, leave it up to me, so, so I can do the job. And I'm like, I'm a little suspect on those kind of comments, especially because what happened was while Mama Ball got sick, I think is when he took the opportunity to mess with those funds, And, I mean, LeVar's in a tough spot now because it's like, what basically happens is that now the Ball brothers really can't show trust. And it's like, it's looking like a problem, bro. Yeah, it's pretty much it, man. But it's just not looking good for them. So, yeah, I mean, just crazy stories around the league, man. But this is once again your boy Lewis, man, with another one with the latest, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As always, man, let me know what you guys think of the comments of these stories, man. As always, man, bless up, one love, man, peace. Thanks for watching.